Good morning, students. Welcome to my channel Maths with Mahanti sir. Children, in the previous class, I was discussing about two important types of polyhedrons, namely your prism and pyramid, where I discussed everything in detail. I gave you the concept of prism and pyramid, how to identify which solid is a prism, which solid is a pyramid, what are the conditions that a polyhedron need to satisfy to become a prism and a pyramid. Once again, let me review the same thing. In prism, I said the base and the top. Prism is a what? Polyhedron in which the base and top, they should be made up of what? Congruent polygons. Okay, and the other lateral faces, they are what? They should be parallelogram. These are the two conditions which need to be satisfied by a polyhedron to become a what? To become a your prism. Okay, like cuboid, cube, etc. They are prisms. Okay, because in cuboid cube, the top and base both are made up of what? Congruent polygons, and the lateral faces are only either square or rectangle, which are nothing but your parallelogram. But in a pyramid, what I said? In a pyramid, I said the base can be any polygon. It may be a triangle, it may be a square, it may be a rectangle, it may be an octagon, anything. It can be any polygon. But the lateral faces, I mean the other faces, they should be joined to a common vertex, and the lateral faces must be triangles. The lateral faces, they are triangles joined to a common vertex, like triangular pyramid, square pyramid. These are the things which I had discussed, and I had also told you how to calculate number of faces, edges and vertices of a polyhedron, maybe pyramid or prism. Okay, in a pyramid I had said a very simple trick. In a pyramid you can easily find out how many faces are there without counting. What is the rule? The rule is, I said, you see what is the base, because the name of a pyramid, naming, yes, while discussing naming of pyramid and prism, what I said, you see the base, it is done, the naming is done, like you all have a name, similar, you all have a name, Ram, Sam, whatever. Similarly, a polyhedron has also a name, whether it is a pyramid or a prism, it is having a specific name. So how to name the pyramid or prism? To name the prism or pyramid, we must see on which base it stands. If the base is triangle, if the prism stands on a triangle, it is triangular prism. If the prism stands on a what? A rectangle, it is a rectangular prism. If the prism stands on a square, it is a square prism, like this. Similarly, in a pyramid, look at the base of the pyramid on which it stands. Suppose the pyramid stands on a triangle, it is a triangular pyramid or tetrahedron. It is also called a tetrahedron. If the pyramid stands on a square, the base is a square, it is a square pyramid. If it stands on a rectangle, then it is a rectangular pyramid. Like this, it will continue. So how to give the name of prism and pyramid, I had told you. How to find the number of faces of a pyramid, the trick I had said. In a pyramid, there is no need to count the number of faces. Simply see the base. What is the base? See the polygon. What polygon is the base? And how many sides does this base or polygon have? Whatever is the number of sides of the base, you just add 1 to it. Okay, if the base has 4 sides, then it will have 4 plus 1, that is 5 faces. Like this you can do. Okay, now let me discuss another. You see, look at this polyhedron. See, in this polyhedron, if I ask you what is the base, see, here the base is a triangle. And what about the top? Top face is also a triangle. And what about lateral faces? See, there are total 5 faces. A, B, C, one face, C. D, E, F, triangular face, another face, 2 triangular faces. Then B, C, D, E, it is another face. It is a parallelogram. It is a parallelogram. Yes, B, C, D, E. It is a parallelogram. It may be a rectangle or it may be a square. Okay. So B, C, D, E is one face. It is a parallelogram. What about A, B, E, F? A, B, E, F. It is also one face. It is a what? What is the shape of this face? A, B, E, F. It is also a parallelogram. Similarly, A, C, D, F. It is another face. It is again a parallelogram. So children, what do we find here? In this figure we find that in this polyhedron we find that the base and the top, they are triangle or triangular, and the other 3 lateral faces, there are 5 faces. So the other 3 I have already named, told you how to name, what is the name of those faces. See, the other 3 faces, they are what? They are parallelogram. See, the other 3 lateral faces are parallelogram, and the base and the top are made up of congruent polygon, that is triangle. So it is no doubt a what? It is no doubt a prism. And what is the name of this prism? It will be triangular prism. Why it is a triangular prism? Because it stands on the base. The base of this prism is a triangle on which it stands. Okay. So it is a triangular prism, and you can easily count how many faces are there. You see, base is what? 3. 3 plus 2. In a prism, see the base. The base is a polygon having how many sides? 3 sides. So add a 2. 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 will be 5. That means this prism will have 5 faces. Okay? And you can easily count how many vertices and how many edges are there in this particular triangular prism. Okay? So my children, what I want to say, this is another what? Polyhedron. What is the name of this polyhedron? It is a triangular prism. Okay? It is a triangular prism. So the different prism, types of prism and pyramid I discussed. Now the last part of this chapter is a very important one. Which is known as your Euler's formula. See children. So what is Euler's formula? Actually, Euler is a great mathematician. Euler is a great mathematician of ancient times. He had given a formula which relates. This formula relates, or it is the relation between face, edge, and vertices. You see, the relation between your faces, edges, and vertices of any polyhedron, maybe pyramid or prism. I discussed 2 types of important polyhedron, namely your prism and pyramid. So whether it is a pyramid or prism, what Euler said, a polyhedron, what is the relation? He had derived a very important relation between the faces, edges and vertices of a polyhedron. And every polyhedron must satisfy that relation. Then only we say it is a polyhedron. The polyhedron is possible. Like in triangle, suppose you see, if I say, suppose you are given 3 angles, 30 degree, 40 degree and 80 degree. See. Suppose you are given the measure of 3 angles of a triangle. Okay. Now the question is it possible? Is it possible to draw the triangle or construct the triangle? How to check? What you will do? First you will add these 3 angles. If there are some angle, some property of triangle, their sum must be 180 degree. If the sum of 3 angles is 180, then only a triangle is possible. But here 40 plus 30 70, 70 plus 80 is 150. The sum of 3 angles is not 180 degree equal to 180 degree. So the triangle is not possible. Similar is the case. What Euler said? Euler derived the relation between faces, edges and vertices of a polyhedron. And what he said? Any polyhedron satisfying that relation. A polyhedron must satisfy that relation. Otherwise, the polyhedron is not possible. So what is the relation? Let me discuss. So, relation between face, edge and vertex of any polyhedron as suggested by your Euler is F plus D equal to E plus 2. See the relation. What Euler said? Euler said that any polyhedron must satisfy this relation. That means the sum of faces and vertices, the sum of the number of faces and vertices must be equal to the number of edges plus 2. Then only the polyhedron is possible. What is the meaning? Let us see. Okay. Now in this particular example, suppose you see there is a triangular prism as I just told you now, and it is no doubt a polyhedron. Okay. So how to claim, how to know that it is a polyhedron? Like I said, if you are given 3 angles, you add the 3 angles. If their sum is equal to 180, then the triangle is possible. Similarly, suppose you are given the length of 3 line segments. 3 sides, A, B, B, C and AC. So how will you know that the triangle construction is possible? So it must satisfy triangle inequality. What is the triangle inequality? You know, if you add the length of any 2 sides, it must be greater than the third side. That is known as your triangle inequality. So like the triangle inequality and angle sum property must be satisfied so that the construction of a triangle is possible. Similarly, this relation, every polyhedron must satisfy this relation. That means it is possible that there exists a polyhedron. The existence of a polyhedron is possible if the sum of number of your faces and vertices is equal to the sum of edge and 2. Or you can say F plus B minus E equal to 2. If E comes to this side, it will be minus. Number of faces plus number of vertices minus number of edges will always be equal to 2 in case of a polyhedron. For all polyhedron, this relation is known as to be satisfied. And this formula or this relation is known as your Euler's formula. Okay? So you see, let us verify whether Euler's formula is true for triangular pyramid or not. Okay? Let us verify. See. Let us verify Euler's formula for triangular prism. See, already I have written. See, how many faces are there? 3 plus 2 it is 5. There are 5 faces. How many vertices you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number of vertices is 6. And how many edges? 1, 2, 3, 4. BC, CD, ED, B. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. You see. There are clearly 9 edges in this triangular prism. So, number of edges is 9, number of faces is 5 and number of vertices is 6. Let us see. So, first you find for triangular prism, find the sum of face and vertices. Face is how much? Here 5. Vertices is how much? Is 6. 5 plus 6 is how much? Yes, 11. Then you add 8 plus 2. See, 8 plus 2 means your 9 plus 2. It is 11. So, clearly, therefore, for triangular prism, see, for triangular prism, both f plus b equal to p plus 2, which is equal to 11. That means f plus b equal to e plus 2 in case of triangular prism. So this triangular prism satisfies the Euler's formula and hence it is a polyhedron. Okay. So children, I hope you understood. We can also verify, we will discuss problems later. We can also verify Euler's formula for other polyhedron, not only for triangular prism. You can verify it for triangular pyramid, pentagonal pyramid, any prism, square prism, your rectangular prism, for any prism and any pyramid, Euler's formula always holds good. Otherwise, that for the existence of that polyhedron is not possible if at all it does not satisfy your Euler's formula. So children, I hope you understood. Let me discuss another one so that you will understand the thing better. Let us verify Euler's formula for, see, let us verify, this is for prism, let us verify for your pyramid also. Let us consider one pyramid, triangular pyramid C. Let us consider one triangular pyramid C, say A, B, C, D. This is a triangular pyramid, this is a pyramid and is a triangular pyramid because here the base is 3, a base is triangle, okay, base is a triangle, so it is a triangular pyramid. Now if I ask you how many faces does this triangular pyramid have, you can easily say, what will be face? There are 3 sides, look at the base. Base is a polygon having 3 sides, so 3 plus 1 is 4, that means number of faces will be 4. What about vertices? See. What about vertices? This is 1 vertex, 2 vertex, 3 vertex, 4 vertex. Vertex is also 4. What about edges? You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number of edges 6. So this is a triangular pyramid. Okay, triangular pyramid. Now let us check or verify Euler's formula for this triangular pyramid. Whether triangular pyramid satisfies Euler's formula or not. Yes, it clearly satisfies. You see, for triangular pyramid, x plus b is 4 plus 4, that is 8, and x plus 2, you see, x plus 2 is also 6 plus 2 is 8. You see, so x plus b equal to e plus 2 for triangular pyramid, and hence Euler's formula is true. Okay, so children, this is what Euler's formula. Once again, I am saying Euler's formula is nothing. It relates the number of faces, vertices and edges of a polyhedron, maybe pyramid or prism, which are 2 special types of polyhedron. Okay, children, I tried my level best to discuss everything in detail. Okay, but you must have understood. I am 100% sure. But if you do regular practice on all these things, okay, on different pyramid, different prism, if you draw the shape of different prism, pyramid, try to find out the number of faces, edges and vertices and verify whether Euler's formula is true or not. It will be better, you will have better understanding. Okay, so we will discuss more problems, we will discuss problems later. The chapter is over, children. So with this, I think, yes, the chapter mensuration of class 8 level as given in CBSE syllabus has come to an end with the discussion of Euler's formula, and I am sure you must have understood. Okay, so we will discuss another important chapter. There are very interesting chapters, namely your statistics, probability, rotational symmetry. There are so many chapters left. We will discuss one by one, and I am sure whatever I am discussing here, you must be seeing it very seriously, and it must be helpful to you. I hope so. If it is so, if it is really true, I would like to hit the like button and subscribe my channel so that you will get everything, whatever I discuss here, you will be able to get notification. If you see it, your understanding part will be developed. Okay, so let the chapter be over, let all chapters be over. I have decided first I will discuss everything chapter wise. My intention is children should understand the basic things, basic concepts. Okay, what I know they are understanding it in the classroom also, but they might be forgetting. If they see it again and again, I hope they will understand it better and better. And what is important in mathematics, that is understanding, not remembering. If you understand the thing and if you are able to apply it to problem, then only your mathematics part will be developed. Okay, you will be and you will be said to an excellent student in mathematics. Okay, so children, I hope whatever I discussed, it is very much helpful to, it will be very much helpful to you in understanding the thing and doing problems. So we will start a new chapter later, okay, in another class. So if at all you like, if at all it is very helpful to you, if you think yes, whatever sir is discussing, it is of great use, I am understanding everything, then I would like to request you to hit the like button and subscribe my channel, okay. So we will discuss more about, another new chapter, that is statistics, in the next class, okay. Thank you.